On this video, we're planting trees.
And gardening.
Okay.
So we have two new wells here. We're going to be putting in a lemon tree and then a mandarin tree. And you can see this hay type material. This is actually our home produced organic mulch from our cows that we have now in the freezer. This stuff's full of nitrogen, obviously full of manure. It's got hay in it. It's got a little bit of straw in there, bedding material. So it kind of helps keep these trees in this ground moist while we're doing this. Of course, we're going to backfill with a potting or garden soil, if you will. Garden soil, not a potting soil. You don't want to use a potting soil when you're doing direct burial. You want to do a more of a garden soil, because that's going to more take effect with our dirt out here. As you can see, we did a little bit of a burn this morning to get all the weeds away. That ash will help mix with the ground and creates great soil as well. Yeah, stay with us. We'll go ahead and grab the first tree.
What are you doing, Bubba? Yeah. Is that gonna help your tree?
Yours is the whole tree minus the lemon. Mine is the lemon because I picked it out. Hudson, not yours. Hudson, Dad gave you yours already.
When planting a tree of this size, it's not good to just grab a hold of this and give it a couple whacks and pull it out. You don't want to do that. Sometimes it'll work. This is considered a 10-gallon use. Some people will say you can do that. I personally like to cut the bottoms out and then slit the sides, because you're not putting stress on this root ball. It's an established root ball, and the whole idea when you're planting new trees is this will stress out a tree. Planting a tree does stress it out. So we don't want to necessarily add additional stress to the tree when you're planting it. This is why we're going to slit it the way we are. The other thing I want to say really quick on these trees is we get all of our trees from Lowe's or Home Depot, local nurseries even. You want to get your trees to somewhere that's going to have a 1-year guarantee. Freak things can happen to trees. Sometimes you'll get a tree that's got a disease and you won't see it, and it'll unexpectedly die. So if that happens, you want to make sure you get a warranty for your tree. I mean, everybody, we're kind of getting into this and getting into more of the tune to look at trees before we buy them and stuff like that, but not everybody has that knowledge yet. But if you can help it about getting a good warranty with your trees, I highly suggest it.
And you can see right here, I didn't see this in the store, but I will definitely be pruning some of this stuff off right now, just in case it is diseased in any way. That way we mitigate that right away.
This being a 10-gallon, see here, if it'll go, it'll go. This one's gonna go. I can tell by the way it was moving. You kind of want to judge this kind of when you get your trees, kind of see how, if it'll pull or not. So as you can see, I made this hole a lot bigger than it needed to be because we're backfilling with the soil. Again, this is garden soil. It has nutrients in it. They're going to give this tree a good start.
Hey, grab the bucket.
I can put some in the hole. Kind of see where your root ball is. Come here, Hayden. Hold that bag. Get in here. Kind of spread it around. Then you don't want to be above the graft of the tree. Set him in there like that. All right, Hayden. He's gonna put some soil in there and you can go spread it around, okay?
See the stick on it?
Yeah, it's already bearing some fruit, especially over there. We might need to prune some of that. I know it's not the best time when you're planting, but I also know that it's needed, especially
When Hudson
when
gets
it's
spreading.
new. Hunter's over there too, participating. He's just our trash man, so he likes being the foreman.
There's a little more.
It does.
There's that.
We got garden over there and here.
Yep, we're gonna show them all of our garden things we got today too.
Yep. Can I just take off my shirt? Ow.
Yeah, careful. It's got stickers, huh?
I'm sweating, Mom. I just weaned in it. I gotta do it. There are nice trees time.
See, you guys, this is what happens when you don't do what Josh said to do. It all falls apart. So hopefully this is okay. He didn't take his own advice on this one.
Okay, Hudson.
We are planting these a little later in the season than we probably should. Ideally, it would be late March, early April. We are the last weekend in April, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. That's one of the things about out here with us. We do a lot of experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Just because something works for your neighbor doesn't mean it will for you. It depends on how you care for it, the soil, lots of other factors. And we are all about trying what we can and learning from it and growing for next season.
So folks, out here, what we like to do is when we get the trees established, I like to water every day for about the first 7 days, and then I'll start tapering back to every other day. And then our neighbors are graciously super nice. They're going to let us tie into their well. Their well, unfortunately, has a few things in it that aren't good for human consumption or animals, but for trees, it's fantastic. So we're going to tie into that, and then we'll start getting these on a bubbler. But as of right now, this is the watering. So those of you that are on acre homesteads or like us, almost 2 acres, this is how it's got to be. You know, don't be overwhelmed. The whole yard's weeded. It looks like chaos. I have 3 boys, but the biggest thing is don't get overwhelmed. Enjoy this kind of stuff. This is what you moved here for. It's not like you're going to go into your little backyard and you're going to trim it up for one day and it's going to look beautiful. It's not going to look that way out here because there's just so much work all the time that keeping up just 2 acres is a ton of work. But so for the first 7 days, these guys get water every day. Make sure you use a bubbler on the end of your hose. You can get them on Amazon. I think that one was $6.59. You don't want to put straight hose in there. It'll dig holes, and it's not something we want to do. We want to water it real gently, and then see how Hudson, he put all that good mulch I was talking about earlier. So that's going to take that nutrients and shove it into the ground. All that nitrogen is going to go right into the ground. That water is going to literally pull it right into the earth. So these trees are going to take off just like our peach trees over there did. So yeah. So any questions, feel free to email us. I'll answer them the best that I can. I get a lot of our information from my father. He's a horticulturist. He was born here in Arizona. He's actually a 3rd generation nurseryman. So any questions, we'd be glad to answer them for you. So stay tuned.
Oh.
Okay, folks, so we got like mini orchards going on here. That's what Jocelyn and I wanted to do. So we have here a golden Dorset. We have an Anna apple tree. We have our grapevines growing. That's all that is that Tractor Supply. That's hog fencing. You can get that really cheap. It's like 34 bucks for that. A couple of T-posts, and you got a nice grapevine arch. Then we have another Anna apple tree over there. These are nice 15-gallon trees. They actually, if you get close, Jocelyn will get close, show you the little apples on there. Hopefully they stay with us. Really exciting to have them. So, and this is what I was talking about, folks, earlier on these apple trees. It's really good to see them You can see where they decided to graft the tree down here. You always want to make sure the soil is below that graft. It's not healthy for the tree for the soil to be above that graft. It needs to be below it. So make sure when you plant these trees that you're planting below that graft line.
And here we have some grapes growing. And guys, we just planted these a few days ago. This one has been here for like a month, but everything else on this side we just planted a few days ago. And so we are hoping it takes off. Sometimes we have good luck, sometimes we don't.
Okay guys, this is the peach tree orchard. We have 4 beautiful peach trees, everything from Florida Prince. The other variety, oh, it escapes me, but 3 of these are Florida Prince trees. These trees here were actually from a local nurseryman, RSI Growers, for those of you local to Arizona, even if you're not and you want to make a drive over here to get these trees. RSI Growers, the gentleman's name is Reed, who owns it, been in business since the 50s. He knows my family very well. Small, very small nursery, family-owned operation. If you have a chance, I highly recommend you visit it. Again, it's RSI Growers in Glendale. He has the best peach trees in Arizona. These trees were designed for our soil. He grafts all of his own trees. He builds the root base on site. Very cool operation to go check out. But these trees are all local to his orchards, and he did all the grafting himself. These are trees that he did on site. They're for our soil. They thrive in our soil. I have a good friend of mine, Bob Schroeder, and his wife out in Tonopah. They have these trees. They are enormous. We go out there every year. There's even a video in our lineup of when we went out and picked those trees. Those trees were from RSI Growers. They're amazing producers here for Arizona. And if you have a wife like mine that loves blossoms and flowers, these are the prettiest flowers you'll have on your homestead. So, you know, a lot of folks ask, well, why do you have so much orchards and everything? Well, my dream one day is my grandkids to come out here, and even my kids when they get older, their cousins, whoever, come out here and we have a big party and we all pick fruit and enjoy it. People get to take what we're growing out here home. We love doing it. This gets your kids off of technology and TV, so why not? So as you can see, each one of these trees has a nice big well on them. You want to make sure you fill these wells up all the way to the top. If you don't have drip irrigation, this is the way to go. Eventually, like I said, our neighbors are nice enough, we're going to tap into their well. These will all be on bubbler irrigation, so Jocelyn will be able to come out here and just turn a valve on and be able to water all these trees in this area. So as you can see though, we've had one heck of a El Nino. It's been raining out here quite a bit. The weeds are thriving. We did a little bit of burning over there. I try to burn everything on the homestead. A lot of people don't like it. They say, oh, you're polluting, but at the same time, those nutrients in that ash, and when you burn like that, goes into your soil. Now my entire area here is getting those nutrients. That's how Mother Nature revives itself in the forest. It's good to have a forest fire come through and burn all that lower stuff off, because it just puts all those nutrients into the soil, and it gets that much prettier next year when everything decides to come in.
And it helps kill the weed seed so that it doesn't come back again.
That's right. So when we burn these, you're eliminating so many other weeds that are going to come into the yard. Well, a good burn like this I did the second year we were out here. Year 3, we didn't have any weeds, hardly ever. This year, with all the rain and everything that's seeded around us, they did all this construction over here. The seeds blow in the wind. This is what we have to show for a good year of a lot of soil disruption in the area. So I did scrape all this stuff back with the tractor and make these orchards, so it doesn't surprise me that all that soil got dug up, and here we are. So, but hopefully next year with a good burn, we can eliminate some of this stuff.
So I bought this at Lowe's today. We are going to build it, assemble it, try it out, see if our plants like it or not. Again, I am a novice gardener, so I'm trying all the different things, seeing what works best for me in my area and what is most sustainable for me. So we are going to keep this on the patio. That way we can wheel it around and try a few things. So let's see what happens. Okay, so here is what we got from Lowe's today. First we got a sweet snacking pepper. Then we got that I just dropped on the ground. Great. Okay. Then we got a zucchini squash. We got a sweet banana pepper. We got some chives, some strawberries, and some mint. And then another pepper plant. We are not expert gardeners. We are still learning. So if you are looking at us for tips, we may not be successful. Then again, if you see this video and then see a video 6 months later that we're doing well, then pay attention to what we're doing. If not, then you're learning what not to do. So right now, Hayden is filling each layer of these. I bought a few plants, but not as many as I need to fill up the whole thing. I think I might do some seeds. I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna experiment, right, Hayden?
Mm-hmm.
Or should we make Daddy take us to the store and get more plants?
Take us to the store.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
That may be what happens. We'll see. But we'll keep you updated. Okay, this is the beginning of it. I think I got some of the wrong plants. I think I need to make this just a plain herb tower. I was gonna plant some peppers and then realized I don't have any room to grow, and that wouldn't be very smart of me. So, while I'm continuing to learn and research, these are our sweet mint that I'm gonna have atop, and I hope that they cover the whole top area. I'm not even gonna plant in these two because of that. And then right here is a sweet pepper. We'll see if that drapes over, or I'm not sure. I think that was a bad idea, but we'll see. And then here's some chives that I'm hoping that I can continue to grow and cut and grow. So I did convince Josh to go to the store and get me some more seeds for my tower because I just think it'll be better that way. Anyway, and then we decided to replant some of these. And these are all watermelon seeds that we planted today. We will see how that works out. And Josh got me this shelf from the garage that we are using as our new plant stand. It gets a lot of indirect sun and then it gets morning sun, which I think will work out well. Again, we will see. This cool thing is on wheels, so I can always wheel it out to the sun if I feel like it's not getting enough sun. Yeah, we'll see. I also decided to go a little rogue and plant in our garden that we have not taken care of in the last year. But I want to see what happens. This is a bell pepper plant, I believe. And then over here, I have some zucchini. Last spring when we planted, the zucchini did really well. And so I'm hoping we can mimic that again this year, even though we haven't really tended to the soil much. We will see. I'll keep you guys updated. So the twins are helping me plant the seeds that Josh got at the store. We will see what happens.
Like and subscribe.